Hello everybody, it's Thursday evening, the first day of spring, and we are here in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, and like I just mentioned, today is the first day of spring. We left our house about an hour and a half ago, and the temperature was in the 50s. We are here in Maggie Valley, the temperature is in the 30s, and it is lightly snowing. So, where they're actually saying we might get a little winter weather tonight, the upper high parts of the Smokies could get several inches of snow, which is really hard to imagine since it's been in the 70s at home the last few days. It felt like spring. It does not feel like spring right now. So we are here in Maggie Valley. We are here for 3 nights, and we are staying at the Smoky Falls Lodge. We have not ever stayed here before, so this is a new review for us. We've been by it many times and never stayed here before, so that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to show you our room, and we're going to review this place and let you know what we think of it, so stay with us. So here is the Smoky Falls Lodge. It's got a couple of different buildings. There's the log building, and like I said, it is starting to lightly snow here in the valley. Don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but we're actually under a covered gazebo. Not a gazebo, but a little pavilion-like thing. And the Smoky Falls Lodge is right here on Soco Road, Highway 19 in Maggie Valley, and I'm trying to pick up a little bit of the light snow that's falling right now, here on March the 20th. Now, as we were coming in from the other direction, I was looking up towards Soco Gap and the higher mountains, and it looked like kind of like a whiteout. You could hardly see them. So I believe if we go that way a little bit further, the snow is going to be coming down a little bit better. Alright, so here's the front. This is the office area, and there's also a restaurant here on site. Here we're not in the log building, we're in the rock building. Shaughnessy was trying to explain it to me. I'm going to let her explain it again, but apparently what she booked online, this is not what she thought she was booking. So I'll let her tell more about that. Alright, so we don't have an exterior facing room. We have an interior room, correct?
Yeah, and I chose one that was supposed to not be interior. But we're going to go in here.
So basically we got here, and then she said if you wanted one like what you thought you were getting, it was going to be more money.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see how this is.
So I want to see what our reservation says, if they're pulling a little bait and switch on us here. Alright, so you walk in, very rustic looking. I like the smell in here. Looks very old-timey. What is our number? Are we on the first floor?
No, like it.
Okay. I do like the sound of the floors, walking, the wood floors, is that paneling or?
That's just real wood.
Yeah, real wood. I'm one of these people that wishes paneling had never gone out of style because I always liked it. So we got the farthest room down the hall we could. What's the number?
113.
113. Alright, so we step in here. Take it, that's a queen bed.
And another queen bed.
Huh?
That's why I looked, I'm like, oh, there's another bed.
Okay, so this is interesting. Alright, can you get all the light on we can in here? Because that one overhead just isn't a lot. Alright, so yeah, I got one queen bed here right as you come in the door. Then you got a little table over there in the corner. I thought the angle at the Four Seasons for the TV was odd. This one's even worse. It's basically, right here's the bed. Over there sits the refrigerator, microwave, and TV. Okay, and then you go behind this little partition here, and there's another bed. And I was wondering where I was going to be able to put the laptop. I think I found it. Alright, so little coat rack here. See what we can see outside. The creek, Jonathan Creek dumpster. I guess that's a queen bed, isn't it?
I guess so.
All right, so what are your first impressions?
I mean, excuse me. I like the rustic look of it. I mean, it's kind of homey feeling.
Yeah.
But I paid for a mountain view room.
Yeah.
That was one of the things. Because the interior room was like a certain amount. And then the other one, it was said a mountain view. And it was like $4 or $5 more a night. So I thought, well, I'll just do that for the view. And I thought, okay, and we'll have a door just going in and out, you know, side.
You thought we had an exterior facing room?
Correct.
Because some of them are.
Correct. And I guess I'm a little disappointed in that regard. But the room so far looks clean. The bathroom, when you look in there, it's very modern. They've redone that.
Yeah, let me check the bathroom out. I haven't done that yet.
I mean, it's got a country. I mean, it fits the area well.
Yeah.
It's very tight in there. But it's very modern.
So here's the bathroom. And yeah, it is a small bathroom. It's going to actually be hard for me to show you the whole thing. Here, let me step back out. It's a small bathroom. Looks clean enough. It does look a lot more modern than the rest of the room now.
Okay, now one thing about the design of the bathroom, and just to be honest with you, this is a little bit of a head scratcher for me. I don't think we've ever stayed anywhere, correct me if I'm wrong, that has this issue. You step in, the bathroom's kind of small, but I want you to see what happens when you open the door. Never seen this before. It slams into the toilet. Now, you can see where it has slammed into that toilet many, many times through the years. I've never seen a bathroom designed where you open the door and it hits the toilet. That's a new one.
I'm going to pretty much agree with what you just said. There's something a little disappointing about reserving a specific room and getting here and then being told, well, if you want that, it's going to cost you. Tell me what she...
So basically, if the building that you saw down at the very end, if I wanted a room down there, it was going to be like $400 something a night. This is $260. Not a night, I'm sorry. This is $260 for 3 nights.
For 3 nights.
It would have been over $400 down there. But she said there was another room, and I'm anxious. I'm going to ask her if I can see it. That would be an additional $70 added on to the $260.
Okay, yeah, I pretty much agree. There's something about not getting what you thought you were getting and what it actually said online that's a little bit disappointing. Now, that being said, this is a unique room, and then it's got the 2 beds with the partition between them. I kind of like, if this room was what we had thought we were getting, exterior facing with mountain view, I would like this room a lot. I love the rusticness of it. I like the smell. It smells like wood in here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm saying I like it. Fits Maggie
Yeah,
Valley.
it does.
It does.
You couldn't ask for a more Maggie Valley appropriate room. So I do believe I would be pleased with this room if it was what it was supposed to have been. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The problem is it's down the other end of the hall. It's like the furthest room from where we bring stuff in than any of them.
Yeah.
And I think the TV angle is a bit
Yeah, you'd.
odd. Turn the light back on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you'd have to move that. And
Yeah, you'd have to
lay
kind
on
of
your
just
side.
turn it around, angle it or something.
It is a little odd.
Yeah, overall, I do like the room. I love old-timey, rustic-looking rooms. We've stayed in motel rooms with paneling still on the walls. I like to see something like that once in a while. But yeah, it's kind of mixed just because of that. I don't have a problem with the room itself.
No, I don't have a problem with the room itself, but I do want to, if she'll let me look at the other room, I'm curious.
Okay.
Now Friday morning here in Maggie Valley, and here down in the valley had a little bit of snow. As you saw in our intro, it was snowing. We drove up to Soco Gap last night where there was more snow. That's where we're headed back this morning. Don't think a whole lot fell, but it will be more than what's right here. So we're going to head on back up there now. Okay, one thing I do want to mention, I think this is just something that needs to be brought to their attention, but here on the bathroom door, the screws up here are kind of coming out a little bit. They're still in there, but the bathroom door doesn't shut. It only does this here, then it kind of slides it across the floor. And, well, it will shut, but you can't, well, no it won't. Anyway, right up there's the problem. Anyhow, I just want to mention that. What?
I locked myself out.
What?
I locked myself out.
What'd you go outside for?
I sprayed my body spray and I didn't want to.
Oh yeah, it just stinks the room up. Are you really locked out?
Yes. I didn't bring a key. I didn't mean for the door to shut all the way.
Well,
Please open it.
what's the password?
Please.
That's not it.
I love
We
you.
changed the password yesterday.
I love you.
No, that's not it either.
Open it now.
You're getting closer. You know when Barney always locks himself in the cell, Andy will kind of leave him in there sometimes.
Yeah, go ahead.
We don't get a situation like this every day.
I don't have shoes on.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah, I didn't want to spray this in here, so I thought I'll step out there and spray it. And the door shut behind me.
Nice.
Thank you for finally letting me
I can still
back.
smell the spray. You might as well spray it in here. That
Because
is
it's all me.
Twilight Woods.
Bath and Body Works.
Yeah. Out there in her sock feet. Yeah, that don't happen every day. So. Didn't show a lot of this last night, but the hallway here is just decorated all the way down with like a country rustic theme. Pretty nice hallway here. So here is a picture of a place we went to last summer and loved. That's the Grand Tetons. But I just want to show you some of the... In front of each room, these are interior rooms. There's a little chair and a little table. Very pretty hallway. I like it. I like the sound of the floor as you walk too. Kind of reminds you a little bit of the Candle Cottage, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Except it's a little bit more noisy when you walk on it. But and they got a little note here. They want your children in the room by 10 o'clock. Walk down the steps here.
Yeah, I did notice this.
Yeah, I went out it this morning.
I see, yeah, you can go out the back door.
And then another hallway down through there. Alright, so we're going to walk inside the motel lobby and show you around that. 2550 Soco Road is where the Smoky Falls is located. So here's the inside of the lobby and very nice sitting area. Fireplace. Couches. Alright, one final area we're going to show you here at the Smoky Falls Motel. I think we've gotten all the buildings. You got the log buildings here, the single story and the double story, and then we're in the stone or the rock building.
Yeah.
So we're going to...
Big tree right here. That's just been...
Yeah, right into the sun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hope you can see that. Yeah, it's just not been cut
That'd
off
be one
right
of those
there.
things like they do in Gatlinburg, where they carve it into like a bear or something like that. That'd
Yeah,
be pretty
it would.
neat.
All right, so we're going to walk around the back. This is right on Jonathan Creek. Now, one thing I ask you to remember before we open the gate is that during Hurricane Helene in September, Jonathan Creek flooded a lot of places. In fact, the motel right next door to this, the 5-star, still has furniture sitting out front. That was just ruined. So there was some damage done back here is what I'm trying to get at.
Apparently,
Can we not get out there?
no, I guess we have to go around the front
All
part.
right. All right, so we're going to walk back around the building then to show you this. But there was some, what looks like extensive hurricane damage out back. So I think they are going to make, I'm sure they're going to make some improvements and get that looking nice again. But right now is a transition period, is what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense.
It does.
But I do want to show you Jonathan Creek. Now, I don't know what their plans are, but there's a couple of dumpsters back there, and you can just tell that it's a cleanup process. Like I say, that motel straight ahead, the 5-star, they look to be renting some rooms out again. They were closed last time we were in Maggie Valley, and like most of the bedroom furniture was just sitting out in front of the motel.
Yeah, they've got some that's still like that, but you can see cars over there and people over there.
So I'm thinking they're making a comeback as well, and that they're starting to rent rooms out again, but there's still a lot of stuff that I don't know if they're going to throw it away. You think they would have done that by now, or they got?
You would think so.
So we're going to walk back around this way. Now we have experienced 2 seasons just in being here the 2 nights we've been here. It was winter when we got here Thursday night. It snowed, covered the ground, a couple inches more up top. This is a windy spring day, probably about 60 degrees.
Yeah.
So we have experienced winter and spring just in our stay here. So as you can see, there was.
That's where I think it was washed out.
I think you're right.
It's where the 5-star is, and that's where they had a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell it's a new fence.
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna do something with this.
I think so. And it looks like they've spread a lot of dirt and stuff to fill it back in.
But over here, there are a few picnic tables along Jonathan Creek. So we're gonna walk over here and show you those. And then probably tonight, we're heading home early in the morning to make it to church. Church is about an hour and a half from here, probably an hour and 45 minutes. All right, so got picnic tables here. Like a little pavilion over there.
You can see where they rebuilt the side of the creek here.
Yeah.
Where they've added dirt and rock.
Yeah.
See, I bet you all that washed out.
I'd say you're right. So let's look at. This is Jonathan Creek. It flows through Maggie Valley on the north side of Highway 19. Alright, well, good Sunday morning, everybody. We are getting ready to check out of the Smoky Falls. The reason I'm dressed up is because we are leaving this morning and going to church. Now, Shaughnessy doesn't go to church anymore. Y'all pray for it. No,
I am going to church.
Yeah.
I won't be wearing this.
Right. What happens there is from the direction we're heading here in Maggie Valley, we come to our church before we come to our house. So she drops me off. She goes home and takes the dogs home and puts them in their room.
So and then I get dressed for church.
She gets dressed and comes back. She will miss Sunday school, but she'll
and
be
I will
there
be at church.
Yeah. So
Not like this.
I had to throw that in just because.
We're dressed a little opposite this morning.
So we do want to give you our thoughts of the Smoky Falls Lodge. This is going to be a little bit of a closeout because there's some things to say. There are some good things about it, and there's some things that are not so good. So let's let you start from the top and tell your thoughts from the first impression to the whole stay.
I will. Will you grab my phone? Because I'm going to actually go through the where I booked it. I actually booked it on hotels.com. We get reward points, dollars, whatever for booking for them. But sometimes you get some deals and stuff like that. So while I'm looking that up, cleanliness, I didn't find any issues with cleanliness at all.
No, it's pretty spotless.
Yeah. They do have maid service every day. So that is something that just if you like that, they offer that.
We're probably one of the few people that prefer that we not get it every day.
Right.
But that's just us. The reason being, we a lot of times leave camera equipment and things in the room. And I'm not saying anything about this. Just that has happened before. I'm not saying any of the housekeepers here would be dishonest. I have no reason to believe they would be. Just when you're leaving stuff in the room, you kind of prefer people not going in there when you're not there.
Right. So the room I booked, they actually had one, and I'll read it here in a moment. But the one I got was 2 queen beds, non-smoking, and it says Mountain View. And on
can you show? Is it said on there?
Yeah. And you can also see it has the 9.0 Wonderful. So that is the one that I chose. It doesn't say anything about interior, exterior door. The other one that they had, let's see if they still show it.
The point being, just like if you book anywhere, like at the beach, ocean view or pool view or courtyard view.
This was the cheapest room that they had. It does say it's an interior room. Sleeps to, well, it says 9.0 wonderful. It had 8.6 the other one, but I did choose the one that said 9.0, and it was a couple dollars more per night. So I did choose that because it said Mountain View and it had a little higher rating, and I was hoping for an exterior door since I knew they had some. So I was a little disappointed in that regard that we didn't get that. When I came in, the lobby's nice. It's very rustic looking. The lady was nice that helped me. She just wasn't going to go out of her way to help me.
Basically, we were not getting the room you had booked.
Yeah, and it may have had an interior door because, like I said, the first one did not say, but it said Mountain View, so I thought we'd be facing that way. You know,
Well, that's the way the mountains are that you can see.
This
so.
is the creek side.
Yeah.
And we're in the furthest, up the stairs in the furthest room back in the
Yeah.
corner. We were the only ones in this building for the first night. Yeah, anything else that she was going to move me to, she was going to charge me more. She asked me, she said, well, do you want me downstairs? I said, well, yeah. I said, that would really appreciate that.
We actually had put in a request for downstairs.
We did, you know, because I didn't, like I said, didn't know which building she was going to put us in when I made the booking. But you know, anything she was going to charge me for.
It was like 70 some more, or was it one of them was 70 something more, one
So
of them was
the-
100 more.
Yeah, $70. We actually looked at another room across the parking lot that was in
That was the log building.
Yeah, the log building. It was a much smaller room. It was more updated looking, but I just was like, no, I'm not paying $70 for this.
And truthfully, as far as the updated versus the rustic, I like the looks of the inside of this room better.
This fits Maggie Valley
Yeah.
perfectly.
Yeah, totally different designs.
Yeah.
I actually like the wood, the floor.
Yeah.
I actually like that.
Yeah. Bathroom was tight. The door, we had issues with
Well,
that.
yeah.
But, you know, then there's a lot of windows here. I like total darkness to sleep in. You don't get that here because the hallway, the doors are not sealed either. So I know some other people had like towels shoved underneath the doors, but that was like the least of ours. It was the bright light outside.
We can open our door and look at the room right across, and I can see where the door comes into the frame. I can actually see through the crack there.
Oh, you can see.
I mean, I didn't stand there looking, but yeah.
You see the light
You
through
can
it?
see the light through it, yeah.
And it's very, very thin walls. We could hear the person down below us watching the game last night
And hearing things,
that we don't want to hear.
yeah.
But, and, you know, I mean,
we don't know if they were downstairs or where they were, but we
I
could
think they were downstairs because when I went out in the hallway, I didn't hear anybody. And I looked outside and didn't see them, so I'm just assuming they were below us.
yeah. The bottom, yeah, I'm sorry, keep going.
No, and the bed, they have these on like a flat, smooth, almost like table-like platform. So if you hit the mattress, it will slide a little bit.
Yes, the mattress will slide. The good part of it is you can't lose anything under the bed.
No, and the mattresses are very comfortable.
Yeah.
I slept very well. Besides the light, other than that, I mean, it was a good stay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, clean. You know, slept good. Those are the most important things.
Yeah, they are. I think the part that really, let me cover the positives again like you did. I love the rustic look of the place. There wasn't the first cleanliness issue at all. So it is a good clean place to stay, at least the room we had. It's probably one of the nicer interiors as far as on the inside. I love the walls. I love the country decor along the walls. You feel like you're almost in a cabin, even though you're not. You kind of get that feel a little bit. So I do like the room per se. What I don't like is the fact that we didn't get the room we booked, or the category that we booked. We did book a Mountain View, and then when we get here, she wants to try to charge us, and I don't mean a little bit, I mean quite a bit more to get what we initially booked. So I went back through the hotels.com, the reservation confirmation, to see if I could show that, and it didn't specify what kind of room. But once you get the confirmation of the booking, it didn't specify. So we were going to get charged a lot more for just to be able to look out the window and see a mountain. Well, when we go drive around, we see the mountains, so we weren't going to pay that. Never been to a motel I can't watch TV in before. I knew last night, we ain't been in the room a lot anyway to watch TV, but I knew last night I wanted to watch the Tennessee UCLA basketball game. And I knew that came on at 9:40, we'd be getting back, I wanted to be able to watch it. So yesterday afternoon, for the first time, I turned the TV on. I was going to go ahead and find the channel and have it on that, so I wouldn't have to hunt it. Well, that's one of those, what do they call them, Amazon TVs or something?
I guess so. It is a smart TV.
It's smarter than I am, I'll tell you that, because it figured out how to not let me watch it. I turned that thing on, and it's got all the streaming channels and all the apps on it. But I'm like, where's the live TV? We went through every setting on there and could not get the TV to
Trying to all the
play.
inputs and everything.
Yeah, we
Because I called the
switched
front
the input.
desk.
So finally, when we were going to be out, they sent a guy up. And I left it on just to show him what it was doing. It wanted me to sign up for an Amazon account, and I don't think I ought to have to do that to watch television in my motel. I have an Amazon account, but I don't want to sign into it here. So apparently I don't have to. I just didn't know how to work the thing. So when I come back, I think he maybe had to do something with the cable or something. Maybe it was loose. But he had the TV on a news station on live TV, so I thought, great, I'm going to get to watch the game tonight. So we went out for supper. Came back last night. You would think TBS, and there was like 800 channels on that live TV lineup, over 800 channels. TBS was not one of them.
Most of them we'd never heard of.
I have never seen any cable package that doesn't have TBS in it. And that's what channel the game was on. So I don't know what the guys downstairs were watching or how they were able to get it or whatever, but I never did get to watch TV. Not one time here could we even turn the TV. Again, we weren't in the room a lot, but maybe when you're getting ready, you might want to watch the news or the weather. We couldn't do that here. So we basically paid 3 nights and couldn't watch TV one time. The bathroom design, I still cannot. Look, I'm no interior designer at all, but I could have done better than that bathroom.
The door should have swung outward, not inward.
Yeah, I could have done a lot better than that. When you open the door, you push it, like she said, inward, and it slaps into the toilet. I guess the good part is when you go to the bathroom, you will shut the door. You ain't got any choice. So, I've just never seen one. And you can see where the door, I showed it to you, the door has hit that toilet so many times. It's a wonder the toilet hadn't been broke by now. And the noise here is honestly some of the worst of anywhere we've ever been. We did yesterday an experiment. She went out in the hall. No, it's Friday. Went out in the hall. We shut the door, and she was talking in her normal voice. I could hear it. We could have had a conversation through the walls. I could hear it. I didn't just hear noise. I could hear everything she was saying, just in this tone of voice right here. You can hear other people in their rooms. You can literally hear everything. The other thing was where we are at. We're on the far end, and we're parked back here. We're actually at the furthest room we could be from where we're parked. So we asked and said, okay, if we need to be upstairs, can we have that same kind of room, but can we get one closer to the stairs? Because we had a lot of stuff. That was going to be an extra $70-some just to move closer to the stairs. And we were the only ones in the building that first night. So from that standpoint, would I stay here again? There's other places that just don't do that.
Right.
And we've reviewed a couple of other places here in Maggie Valley. I believe we will either try a new one or go back to one of those. And if you love this place, I'm not trying to knock it. It is clean. It is nice. Just the nickel and diming you to death for every little thing, even if you're not asking for a room upgrade. And then not being able to watch TV, and then not even being able to open the bathroom door without hitting the toilet. It's just, I just think there's places I'd prefer to stay other than this one, just to be honest with you. So that is our review. That is our honest review. We do want to give you the good. We want to give you the bad. There are some good, but there's other places in here that are nice that don't have those little
I think what
issues
really
as well.
turned me was that she was willing to move me to another room, but it was going to be for a cost, and I just didn't.
When you had booked that type of room, you
And
specifically
I don't
booked
know
an
what all
idea.
these rooms look like, but they don't have just one of that category. Because when I booked it, I think it may have said, so many left. Because like I said, we came on it, on a Thursday night. So yeah, that was kind of like a bad taste in my mouth right away. But I'm very thankful it was clean. And I slept good.
Had a good little work area for me to work on videos. That's actually what the camera's sitting on now.
Yeah.
So I do like the fact there's a bed in there and a bed in here.
Yeah, so if you've got kids, it's not like total privacy, but
No.
some,
Yeah. All right, that's our review, Smoky Falls Lodge here on Soco Road in Maggie Valley, North Carolina. So thank y'all for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe.
Give it a thumbs up and follow us on Facebook.
Have a blessed day.